In the consolation championship game, these teams have had to work hard to get to this point. St. Elmo Brownstown's been playing since Monday night. They got a win then over CHBC 62-44. Then got the win over, took the loss to St. Anthony 65-40 Tuesday night. Then bounced back Thursday night, got the win over Windsor's Two Straws 60-55. So right now they're sitting 2-1 in the tournament, and they are 12-10 on the year under Greg Fiesel, the veteran coach of the NTC and the all-time winningest coach in St. Elmo / St. Elmo Brownstown basketball. So we'll see what happens today as they go up to the Neoga Indians. Andrew Snow in his first year at Neoga, 12-8 on the campaign. Neoga's first game was against the Dietrich Moving Maroons, and Dietrich won that 47-42. But then Neoga, in the interesting game, beat South Central 32-27. That's an interesting game. And here they are, ready for this consolation championship contest. And starting lineups on their way in just a moment for you here on 97.9 XFM.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Ready for this consolation championship contest. And starting lineups NTC on their way in just a moment for you here on 97.9 XFM.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Ready for this consolation championship contest. And starting lineups NTC on their way in just a moment for you here on 97.9 XFM.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Ready for this consolation championship contest. And starting lineups NTC on their way in just a moment for you here on 97.9 XFM.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Getting ready for the consolation championship game here of the National Trail Conference Tournament.
2 locations to serve you on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Ready for this checking in at 12-8. Chase Manning has a 5-11 starting lineup on their way in just a moment for you down there on the 97.9 XFM. Levi Peters is the 6'1" senior.
Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Getting ready for the consolation championship here of the National Trail Conference. And Mr. Cornell and Junior, here they are. Ready for this consolation championship. Manning is the 5'11" starting lineup on their way in just a moment for you down there on 97.9 XFM. Levi Peters is the 6'1" senior.
Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Who's going to tow it up here for the Eagles?
Oh, we've got a lot of good basketball yet today. Should be a lot of fun. Who we have out there as officials? Looks like Troy Crumry
and Gary Westjohn
and Mr. Luke Goldstein.
So there's your trio. Luke Goldstein, you go to the fair, you know Luke. Tips won by SEB. Here we go. Good to have you with us. Again, the win to South Central in the 7th place game over Windsor's Two Straws. Here's the consolation championship game. Eagles work it around the arc. Brighton Pruitt grabs it out top. Drives into the lane. No room there. So off to Goldsboro. Goldsboro spins into the lane against 3 defenders, puts it up, no good, but look at Barrett get in there. Barron got in there, got the board. He got fouled trying to put it back up. He'll go to the line here.
Well, I'll tell you, Andy Goldsboro and Trevor Roy going at each other is a fun matchup for their athletic ability, but Neoga doesn't have anyone near the size of Barron, and he was able to get in there and get that offensive rebound, and it was immediately fouled by Peters.
Gets the first foul shot in, and Eagles take a 1-0 lead. St. Elmo Brownstown put their sports programs together. They decided to keep the old nickname, so you got to check and see whether it's Eagles or Bombers. That foul shot's good. They're the Eagles for basketball, for boys basketball. And it's 2-0 out of the gate. They drop back in the zone. Let's see what Neoga does with it. Reese Johnson is the zone buster, but he doesn't shoot, and it's stolen. Nice anticipation by Jace McWhorter. Stepped in front of the pass, lays it up and in, and it's 4-0 Eagles.
McWhorter's here to remind everybody, I'm a pretty good athlete, too, as he got in the passing lane, and then nobody could catch him.
Banning out top, pass knocked away, stolen again by the Eagles. Driving it in, put up a little strong by Pruitt. Rebound Banning for Neoga, and he says, you did that to me once. It's not going to happen again, although he about fell out of bounds and landed on Andrew Snow. Coach down there just kind of grinning, looking at the players down on their bench. They're all saying, he didn't fall out of bounds, did he? They get it inside now. The catch, the shot, swarming against 2. Peters, it rolled off the back of the rim into the hands of Andy Goldsboro for SEB. So 4-0 Eagles. We've played a minute and a half. Just everybody getting their land legs here on this early Saturday afternoon. Goldsboro the catch, shot, it's up, no good. Wow. Barron fighting for the rebound. Now it's a scrum, and eventually it's grabbed by Pruitt. He shoots, and he got it. That stopped all that humanity down there on the floor.
Yeah, there was all kinds of people after it.
And another steal. This time it's Philpott. Stepped in front of a pass. Boy, Neoga's going to have to do something to tighten up the ship here. It's another steal. 6-0 Eagles, and they drive it inside. Philpott can't shoot, but he got it to Barron, who can. Jacob Barron puts it up and in, and it's 8-0 Eagles out of the gate here.
Well, the quickness on the perimeter for the Eagles has provided opportunities, and they finish it off with the size of Barron inside.
They've tried those angle passes, and there's another one stolen. And Goldsboro just stepped in front of it. 4 turnovers on Neoga already, and Andrew Stone's getting every guard he has over there to the scorer's table to report in. Another steal by Banning. He goes to the hole, reverse layup, and they got it. See, once they get to the basket, Matt, they can score.
Well, Neoga took a play out of the St. Elmo Brownstown playbook there by jumping the passing lane and getting the steal.
Banning had a couple, but Neoga could never finish was the problem. That makes it 8-2. Like I said, everybody from Neoga's over there ready to report in next dead ball. There they got a basket that trip, though. Philpott has it out top for the Eagles. Swings it over to Pruitt. Brighton's looking underneath. McWhorter can't get loose, so over to Philpott. Philpott saves his dribble. Back out to Pruitt. Now he goes down the lane. Got it stripped and stolen by Roy for Neoga. Wrap-around dribble. Goes to the hole. Puts it up and in and drew the foul. So now all of a sudden here comes Neoga.
And that foul's on Goldsboro. It'll be his first and the team's second, or actually the team's first as well.
So Roy's got a chance to get them back within 3. Meanwhile, there's a line change for Neoga. Everybody except Roy, obviously, sits down. And they bring in Adam Fearday, who's a 5'10 sophomore. Chase Lanham's in down there along the lane. He's a 5'11 senior. They have Nick Titus, who I talked about a minute ago, in. Foul shot, no good. Rebound, Eagles grabbed by Goldsboro. Down to Pruitt. The other kid out there is, get him.
Cornell stayed.
There, thank you. He didn't go either. Shot by Barron for SEB, no good. Fearday gets the rebound for Neoga. So it's 8-4. Since Andrew Snow sent everybody down there to report in, they scored 4 points. But it's still 8-4 Eagles.
They might have got the message even while they were still playing.
I think they might have noticed that crowd over there at the scorer's table. Roy with the basketball for Neoga. Eagles by 4. Indians with the basketball. Catch inside. Cornell got around everybody, stuck it up and in. Nice move. So see, when they got a chance to run their play, they're scoring.
Yeah, but those 4 turnovers early kept them from doing that, but now all of a sudden they're back within 2.
Yeah, 8-6 ball game halfway through the first quarter. It's shaping up to be an interesting contest. Still have North Clay and Dietrich coming up in the next one, and then the big one tonight at 7:30, St. Anthony and Altamont. Reckon there'll be a crowd?
I think so.
Philpott spin move in the lane, shot for 2. Rimmed off, no good. Rebound, nobody yet. Finally, going to the floor. Nice work grabbed out of there by J.C. Keller. And the Indians come away with the basketball. They can tie with a 2, take their first lead with a 3, and wouldn't that be something after they were down 8-0 out of the gate. Nice move by Cornell. Good block by Barron, but Fearday grabs it. Shot no good. Goldsboro the rebound, and we got a jump out of the deal. And it's going to stay with Neoga. No, going to go to SEB.
Tell you what, that was a great recovery by Barron. Cornell used his quickness to get around him, but Barron reached back and swatted it down.
No, it is going to go to Neoga. I thought I saw him point that way. It is Indians. All the Indian kids were running down there to play defense. But no, they say, no, you get the ball. It was a jump, and it was Neoga's on the alternate possession. Titus has it. They get it over safely now to Keller. They play catch out top. There's Fearday now. So it's 8-6. Neoga with another chance to tie here. Lob it inside. Can't shoot. Get it over on the wing. Cornell for 3 and a got it. Mitchell Cornell has helped bring Neoga all the way back. It was 8-0. Now it's 9-8 Neoga. Here's a 3 for SEB. No good. Put up over there by Jackson Tish, who sneaked in on us. Cornell the rebound for Neoga. Out to Fearday. Over to Titus. He's helping get the wagons in a circle now. Fearday back over to Titus. Head of the key 3. It's good. Everybody scores. Timeout, St. Elmo Brownstown. 12 straight for Neoga. It was 8-0 SEB. Now it's 12 out Neoga. Back in 30 here on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM, online at 979xfm.com.
Talk about a game of runs. St. Elmo Brownstown scored the first 8. Neoga has scored the next 12, and the Indians lead at 12-8 with 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Philpott for the Eagles drives inside against everybody. Got fouled, made the shot, but the foul came way before the shot.
Barron set him a screen out there, and that gave him room to get into the lane, but coming over to help was Lanham. Chase Lanham has his first foul and the team's second.
Nick Rossborough came in for the Eagles, and he inbounds it, and Tish shoots for 3, and it's short, and the rebound goes to Reese Johnson, who's back now for Neoga. He gets it out top. He tries for 3. It bounces off. No good. Rebound bounces off 3 people. Goes out of bounds. It's Eagle basketball.
Boy, these teams aren't shy about getting shots up here in this first quarter, and it's been paying off for each of them in those runs.
Just can't turn it over if you put up a shot as soon as you get a chance. Philpott to Tish. Jackson Tish. Corner now. Rossborough inside Barron. Fall away 2. Won't go. Little baby hook there. Rebound grabbed by Fearday and a foul.
I think it's Barron. No, it's going to be Tish got there first. Jackson Tish has his first foul, and it's the team's second.
Andrew Snow helping me meet the Neoga Indians. 3 more substitutions. Chase Banning is back, and Hill inbound to Johnson. And Peters is back, and Roy is out there, and J.C. Keller hung around. So that's the 5 that's out there right now. Out top, Reese Johnson. Bounce pass left side to Roy. Head of the key to Banning, and I guess he got fouled from behind as they went inside to Peters. I think Barron bumped him.
And that's going to be Jacobs' first foul of the ball game and the team's third.
So Neoga ball to inbound on the baseline. Banning looking and finally goes deep with it out to Roy. Now to Reese Johnson. 12-8 Neoga. Now nobody scored here for a couple of minutes. We had points aplenty there for a while. 12-8 Neoga. There's an inside pass knocked loose. Good work by Barron to knock it loose. Philpott ends up with it, and the Eagles get the steal. 5 Neoga turnovers now. They got most of those in like the first 38 seconds of the game. Out top to Rossborough. On the side, Tish loads up for 3. Got it, and he gives the old fist pump. Jackson Tish's first bucket. That gets the Eagles back within 1. It's 12-11. Minute 13 to go in a busy first quarter. Neoga tried to go down low, and Barron says, no, I'll just have that pass.
He just took it.
Yeah, it says, here, give me that. Shot, Rossborough, short. Tap out and grabbed by Goldsboro. He drives underneath the pass to Barron. He got the shot down and got fouled. Got the and one coming. Good pass.
Great pass there from Goldsboro.
Okay, great pass.
As as the foul is whistled on number 30, that's J.C. Keller picking up the Neoga personal, his first, and their team's third.
Rossboro down, the quarterback for SEB. Philpott's going to get a breather, and they get old Brighton Pruitt back in there. Barron, meanwhile, at the foul line on the and one, and he got it. And Jacob Barron quickly has 7 points here for the Eagles, and they're back up. 3-point play puts them back in front, 14-12. Been a good first quarter. 2-3 zone. Neoga, you have to shoot over that, says the Eagles. Johnson with it on the right wing. Bounce pass. Nope, didn't pass it. Now he got it across. Banning for three. A little strong. Rebound Tish for St. Elmo Brownstown. The Eagles maybe will try to close out the first quarter.
All bets are off in this one.
We could get 3 more trips up and down the floor in 28 seconds. Jackson Tish with the ball. They do tend to spread it here. Goldsboro says, Tish, you come have this. Down to 18 seconds. Running down the first quarter clock. SEB with the ball and a 2-point lead. They were up 8. They were down 4. Now they're up 2. Pruitt, corner, Goldsboro, 3, way short. Rebound grabbed by Banning. He gets it to Roy. Shot at the buzzer from downtown, a little short. We have played a fun first quarter of basketball in our consolation championship here at the NTC tournament. After one, St. Elmo Brownstown 14, Neoga 12. Back in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 40 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years. 97.9 XFM.
All right, Matt's got a college score.
Oh, Illinois defeated Maryland 78-67.
All right, good conference win. Yay for the Illini. Here, SEB in front of Neoga, 14-12 as we start the second quarter. Eagles get the ball. Philpott trying to drive into the lane. Turnaround shot for 2. No good. Rebound. Boy, look at Cornell go after the rebound for Neoga.
He can get up, too.
He got the go-go gadget arms there. Titus back in the game. Gets fouled. McWhorter got him as he tried to maneuver a little there on the right side of the floor.
And the foul on Jace McWhorter is his first. Got that as 4 on the board for St. Elmo Brownstown.
Johnson inbounds for Neoga to Titus. Back to Johnson. Back to Titus. Bounce pass to Roy. Trevor gets a way cross court through. A lot of hands over there to Titus. Now back out to Johnson. High post, they got it to Lanham, and now over on the side to Roy for 3, and it's no good, but Johnson gets the rebound. Out to Titus for 3, and he hit it. Nick Titus says, give me the rock. He's hit a couple of threes. That gets Neoga back in front, 15-14. Now Rossboro driving it inside, and he was getting held noticeably by Chase Lanham.
Lanham picks up the foul. It's his second in the ball game.
More changes. Oh, boy. Goldsboro's back for SEB. Tish, probably tired, has to sit down. He puts up a lot of threes, and when most of them go in, they'll let you play. Brighton Pruitt, inbound, Goldsboro layup. Good. What a nice play. That was Nick Rossboro. Rossboro had the wrong Burrow.
Yeah, that's easy to do.
Had the wrong Burrow. Nick Rossboro's first backing. That gets SEB back on top, 16-15. Titus tries a 3. Oh, it's no good, and he got fouled. Coaches love that when you foul a kid on a 3.
Yeah, there's someone going to the scorer's table. That might be for the fouler. We'll double check as Jace McWhorter picks up his second, so there's a couple of reasons why he might be coming out there.
You good basketball fans know I'm kidding when I say that. Titus to the line. He's hit a couple of threes. Let's see what he can do at the line. Puts it up and got it. You know, he hit those 4 big foul shots for them the other night. That really helped in that win. That ties it at 16. He'll have a chance to put Neoga back in front. We've had 18 lead changes so far. That one's good. Titus has 8. He's got one more, though. Got fouled on a 3. Barron's back from a quarter for SEB. Down goes Lanham. Down goes Roy for Neoga. They bring Keller back in.
And Peters as well.
I guess so. They have the 2 here in the back here. Titus foul shot. No good. Oh, man. He had 2.5.
Yeah.
And then a lane violation, or do we have a foul?
Barons went and got the rebound, and Cornell tried to get over the top of him, and that's not easy to do. Cornell got called for the bump in the back. That will be Mitchell's first foul. And they've got Neoga with 4 on the board. I've somehow got an extra foul for them, so I got to keep track of that.
17-16. Don't stress too much about it. Neoga down low. Pruitt the catch for SEB. Spin move off the glass shot won't go, and a rebound for Neoga. Titus in the right spot at the right time. So 17-16 Indians. Reese Johnson wide open on a 3, and it rims out no good, of course. Rossborough, the rebound in the corner. He says, man, I'm all set. I got all this room. Pass cleared out and cleared it into Pruitt's hands, and then he got fouled by Titus trying to go up. Foul before the shot, Gary Westjohn says. It was close.
Not a popular call with the Neoga faithful. Titus picks up his first.
Out of bounds to the Eagles on the baseline. Pruitt's looking. And finally, Philpott somehow got in there and got that ball. That's nice work. He's on the dribble. Wants to back in. Out top now. Shot for 3. Pruitt got it. Bryden Pruitt. Well, that's not probably Greg's offense that he drew up, but it worked. And 5 now, and that gets Eagles back in front, 19-17.
I got a kick out of,
Cornell 3. It's short. Not much time to talk, is there?
No.
Out of bounds. Quick.
Got a kick out of the last possession for inside. Both Barron and Keller looked at the officials and were like, he's fouling me. They are really duking it out inside.
Couple of future attorneys. Oh, my. Rossborough out for St. Elmo, and Tisch is back. 19-17. Guys in white are ahead right now. But that'll change in a moment the way this game's gone. Goldsboro off-balance shot. Got it to go. Nice shot. Andy Goldsboro's first point. Hard to imagine. And the Eagles are up 4, 21-17. Fear day for Neoga. Out top, Johnson. Deep 3. Holy cow. Defend that. It's short, though. Titus, Fear day. Gosh, get them straight, Greg. Fear day, the rebound for Neoga. They tried to get it inside, and nice work as Tisch steps in front of the pass, steals it for the Eagles. Down to Philpott. Now to Pruitt. Another 3 try. Got it again. Brighton Pruitt now with 8. The Eagles are up 7 again.
If he starts getting hot, that's just another weapon to throw into the mix for the Eagles.
Yeah, you get him and Tisch going. No telling how many points they'll score. So they started out 8-0 lead. Now they're back up 7 here, 24-17. 5 minutes left before halftime. Keller drives it inside for Neoga. Shot off the mark. Rebound eventually comes out to Brighton Pruitt for St. Elmo Brownstown. So the Eagles with the ball in a 7-point lead now. Philpott off to Pruitt. How about 3 more? This one's too strong. Rebound grab by Fearday for Neoga. Indians want to run. Neoga slows down a little here. About lost the handle on it, but he got it back. Gets it to Johnson to Cornell. Down inside. Shot put up off the mark by Peters. And then we got people riding each other and don't have a saddle.
Yeah.
And no foul?
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whew. Thought that. We've seen fouls called for a lot less than that. Out of bounds to Neoga.
Neoga's 1 of 7 from the floor here in this second quarter.
And they're down 7. 24-17 to the Eagles. 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Roy out top, right side Johnson, bounce pass back to Roy. In the lane, Keller swings it left side, Cornell for 3, short. Rebound to the Eagles again. Pruitt gets it across the half line. In the corner to Tisch. Underneath, good catch, Goldsboro. Shot a little strong. Rebound taken down by Roy for Neoga. And they want to run. Drives it down the lane, lost the handle. That's because he got fouled, though.
A couple of players in the vicinity. It's Pruitt and Tisch. We'll see. I believe it's Pruitt picking up the foul. His first. Team 6th.
So each team will put the other in the bonus next foul here. And they'll still have a quarter to go. It's kind of rare for the first half. Rossborough's back. Barron gets a breather for SEB. Keller's down for Neoga. And I'll find who's in there in a minute. Looking inbound. That's it. It's Banning. Shot from the corner, no good by Johnson, and the rebound goes to Nate Philpott for SEB. Now nobody scored for a while.
Nope.
SEB still in front 24-17 with the ball, and 3:50 to go in the second quarter. If you're watching on the video stream, thanks. Feel free to let us know where you're watching. None of our business, but we'd just like to ask. Fired it inside. Layup good by Rossborough. Good pass from Goldsboro to Rossborough. Nick gets the layup. He has 4. And now it's a 9-point lead for SEB. They get it inside. Neoga does good. Layup. Nice shot by Trevor Roy. Not much room, but he made the most of it. And they needed a basket, Matt.
Yeah, they did. They'd only hit a 3 earlier in the quarter, and now they got their first 2-pointer to go with 2 free throws this period.
So that gets them back within 7 now, 26-19. Philpott way deep, tries a 3. It's around and around and around, and finally came out. Roy had to jump twice for the rebound. Gets it down court, out top, spin move into the lane against 3. Nice dump down low, and it's stuck up and in by Levi Peters. He makes it, and now Neoga's back within 5.
We've seen some good interior passing in this ball game by both teams.
Man, 26-21 was 9, now it's 5. Here comes Neoga again. SEB with the ball and 2:44 to go in the second quarter. Rossborough to Goldsboro for 3, short. Rossborough gets the rebound, though. Tried to go back up, and he got fouled. I don't know whether
Take your pick.
Peters got him or Roy got him. Peters got him.
And Levi has his second foul. And it seems with all the boroughs going for St. Elmo Brownstown, you feel like you're in New York City.
Indeed. You got Rossborough to Goldsboro to Staten Island. Foul shot, good. First one goes down for Nick Rossborough. He has 5 so far today. And down goes Peters for Neoga. Fearday's back. McWhorter's back for Tisch for St. Elmo Brownstown. I'm trying to keep up. Rossborough, second foul shot, no good. Made him wait too long. Rebound taken down by Cornell for Neoga. They could get a little closer. It's a 6-point game. Was 9. Johnson across the half line, putting up more shots today, but hasn't had a lot of success. But, boy, he'll hit about 8 in a row as soon as I say that. He's got it on the wing. Bounce pass inside. They get it to Roy, and he walks. They sent it to Cornell, and then he kicked it back out, and Roy tried to drive, and then he forgot to dribble. Second turnover on the Indians this quarter. Back is Barron for the Eagles. Down goes Rossborough. Here's Keller back for Neoga. Down goes Cornell. 27-21. Eagles lead the Indians by 6. That's SEB and Neoga for those of you that keep saying, how come the guy only gives a less? The nicknames. They lob it inside. Barron the catch. That's a tough catch. Shot won't go. Roy the rebound for Neoga. So the Indians, another chance to get a little closer. Bounce pass on the wing to Johnson. Reese on the drive. Now kicks it to the left side. Grabbed over there by Banning. He loads up for 3. Got it. Chase Banning hits the wing 3, and now it's a 3-point game again. 27-24. So don't leave for popcorn. You're going to miss something. Pruitt with the ball for SEB. Minute and a half to go before the break. Goldsboro for 3. It's short. Rebound, McWhorter. Nice job of screening out. Got the rebound. So the Eagles get another bite at the apple here. Philpott with the ball. Guy puts it on the floor. You could see him look back to coach to see what are we supposed to run here. And Greg helped him out. Goldsboro on the side, down to a minute 18 here in this second quarter. They hand it to McWhorter in the corner. He loads up for 3 and got it. Wow, I didn't think he was set, Matt.
No, I didn't like the way that shot was taken, but Jace proved me wrong.
Yeah, buried it, and that gets the Eagles back up 6, 30-24. Roy in trouble out front. Now they go left side. Grabbed down on the baseline by Keller. He drives inside, and he got blocked. I think Philpott got him.
Philpott does pick up the foul. It'll be a 1-on-1 opportunity for Keller. And Philpott has his first in the ball game.
So J.C. Keller with a chance to get Neoga a little closer. The gunner's back in. Jackson Tisch reports back in for Jace McWhorter. And McWhorter says, hey, I just made a 3.
Yeah.
What's up with that? He sits down now. Both coaches really running him in and out today. Been a long week. Shot, good. Keller got the first one. That's JC's first point. Makes it 30-25. and no substitutions.
Yeah, we talked about how South Central had to play 4 games in a row in 4 days. Well, St. Elmo Brownstown's playing their 4th game in 6 days, and they had to play a couple back-to-back early in the week.
And Neoga,
J.C. Keller hit them both.
been busy too. Keller, the senior, has his first 2 points, and now it's a 4-point game again, 30-26. SEB gets it tipped away. Pruitt goes back to get it. Manning almost had the steal. Tisch with the ball. We're 38 seconds left before halftime. SEB with the ball and a 4-point lead, and Goldsboro put it up for 2, and it wouldn't go, but he did draw the foul, so that will get Andy to the line for a pair here.
Well, Andy struggled shooting from the floor, where he's 1 for 7 at this point in time, but he did draw the foul on Trevor Roy. Roy just his first foul, and Neoga's 8th.
First foul shot, good. Andy Goldsboro has just 3, and Philpott hasn't scored. So you got SEB up 5 with 2 kids who usually score a lot of points, not scoring a whole bunch so far. Goldsboro's second one rattles out, no good, and Roy the rebound for Neoga. He tends to get some of those.
He got his 4th right there, all of them here in the second quarter.
Gets it off to Reese Johnson. Neoga down 5, 23 seconds. It'd be a big basket for them if they could score here right before halftime. Catch by Roy. Of course, the Eagles are thinking if they don't score, that's big for us. Banning on the side. Out to Johnson, down to 10. Let's see who does what here. Down to 8, down to 7, down to 6. Johnson down to 4, down to 3. Johnson, corner, 3. Roy got it at the buzzer. That's how you run down the clock. And we have a 2-point game at halftime. Man, they knew just how much time there was. They got it to Roy, and he was wide open in the corner for the 3. 31-29, St. Elmo Brownstown leads Neoga by 2. Halftime show on the way in 2 minutes on 97.9 XFM.
It's the annual
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue at Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM, online at 97.9 XFM.
Neoga Steakhouse has been serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 40 years. Neoga Steakhouse, proud supporters of local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM, online at 979xfm.com.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years. 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel or Kurt Strohmeyer at 347-9697.
Well, a corner 3 at the buzzer by Trevor Roy makes it a 3-point game here at halftime in the consolation championship of the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. If you're looking at us right now, I'll wave at the camera. Hello. Good to see you all over America. And if you're listening and watching in Canada again, that's cool.
I would wave, but I'm actually working doing stats. I don't have time for that sort of thing.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll mug for the camera. 31-29, St. Elmo Brownstown in front of Neoga. It's been so back and forth. It was 8-0 St. Elmo Brownstown, and then Neoga scored the next 12 points. Took a 12-8 lead, and then it's been back at you since then. It was 14-12 SEB after a quarter, and then a 17-17 standoff in the second quarter, and that allows St. Elmo Brownstown to lead Neoga 31-29 at the half. Individual scoring here for Neoga. Chase Manning has 5 points. Levi Peters has 2. Reese Johnson hasn't scored, and that's big news for Neoga. Trevor Roy has 7. Big 3 there at the buzzer. Mitchell Cornell has 5. J.C. Keller got a couple of foul shots down. And Adam Fearday and Chase Lanham have played. 12 and 17 for Neoga's 29 here at halftime. For St. Elmo Brownstown, Bryden Pruitt has 8. He's had a good first half. Jace McWhorter 5. Andy Goldsboro 3. Nate Philpott yet to score. And I'm saying again, the 2 leading scorers this week for St. Elmo Brownstown have 3 combined points at halftime, and they're ahead. So a lot of other kids are picking up the slack. Jacob Barron has 7. Jackson Tish hit a 3. And Nick Rossborough has 5. 14 and 17 for the Eagles for their 31 points. So 31-29, St. Elmo Brownstown leads Neoga by 2. Matt, stats and more when we're back in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anytime, anywhere with Washington Savings Bank's virtual branch. Good luck to all the area teams during the Christmas Classic basketball tournament. Washington Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
We are back at Altamont Community High School. 6th of our 6 days here at the 84th Annual National Trail Tournament. The earlier game ended up in a victory for South Central as they posted the victory over the Windsor Stew Straws Hatchets. And somewhere I have that score. It was 45-37 as the Cougars get the win in the 7th place game. Here at halftime, SEB in front of Neoga, 31-29. Matt has the stats on the first half.
All right, taking a look at the numbers. Let's start with St. Elmo Brownstown, I guess, since they're winning. They're 11 of 28 from the field at 39%, 5 of 7 at the free throw line, 71% there. They are 4 of 11 from three-point range at 36%. Neoga's 10 of 23 from the field at 43%, 4 of 6 at the free throw line for 67%, and 5 of 13 from long range at 38%. I show Neoga with a 17-10 rebounding edge in this ball game thus far, but it kind of balances out because of Neoga's 8 turnovers to SEB's 2. They had that back-to-back turnovers for SEB in the first quarter. They have not turned it over since then, and Neoga's actually cleaned it up a lot, too, because they had 4 turnovers, essentially the first 4 trips of the game. Since then, just 2 more in the first quarter and 2 more in the second quarter for the total of 8. So both teams showed improvement there with taking care of the ball. Individually, St. Elmo Brownstown has 8 points from Bryden Pruitt on 3 of 6 shooting. Jace McWhorter's 2 for 2 with his 5 points. By the way, Pruitt has 2 rebounds, McWhorter with 1. Andy Goldsboro, 1 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 at the free throw line, 3 points and 2 rebounds. Nate Philpott's 0 for 3 with a board. Jacob Barron's 2 for 4 from the field, 3 for 3 though at the free throw line with 7 points and a rebound. Jackson Tish 1 for 3 with 3 points and a rebound. And Nick Rossborough 2 for 3 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line. 1 for 2 at the line. He has 5 points and 2 rebounds. For the Neoga Indians, Chase Manning is 2 of 3 from the field with 5 points and 2 boards. Levi Peters 1 for 3 with 2 points. Reese Johnson's 0 for 4 in the ball game, but he does have 2 rebounds. Trevor Roy is 3 for 4 from the field, 0 for 1 at the line, 7 points and 4 boards. Mitchell Cornell is 2 for 5 with 5 rebounds, or 5 points and 3 rebounds. Adam Fearday 0 for 1 from the floor, but I have Adam with 4 rebounds thus far. J.C. Keller 0 for 1 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line with 2 points and a board. And Nick Titus 2 for 2 from the field, 2 for 3 at the free throw line, 8 points and a rebound off the bench for Neoga as they trail Elmo Brownstown 31-29.
I know what I'm ready for now, Matt. Scores from Brian.
So far, only one score, and that's at the college ranks. You mentioned it once earlier, and that's the big win for the Fighting Illini. They defeated Maryland in the men's basketball game over at Madison Square Garden. A great performance there. Your Fighting Illini winners, 78-67.
Madison Square. All right. Thank you, Brian. Here at halftime again, St. Elmo Brownstown 31, Neoga 29 after South Central won the 7th place game. Coming up right after this one, the 3rd place contest should be a heck of a game. North Clay and Dietrich. And then the championship tonight should be fun. 7:30 for the championship game. Top-seeded St. Anthony against second-seeded Altamont. Altamont's home. I mean, it ought to be a fun one, and we'll have it right here where you're listening or viewing. And we have other people who are willing to admit that they're listening and viewing, and I hit the wrong button. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, come on. Really? Wayne says we have a viewer on YouTube from China. From China. Which province? Okay. Wayne says it's a lot of letters. All right, well, cool. Well, welcome.
Is that going to go into the trade deficit? Is that a plus or a minus for us? How does that work?
Somebody smarter than me is going to have to figure that out. And there are many of those out there who can do that. Sharon Keller says she's watching on her iPhone from Lawrenceville, down in the heart of Lawrence County. Still haven't been down that dude high school. I got to get down there sometime. Pep Guy is watching from Stewartson. And Chris says hello from South Dakota.
All right.
So they're just listening all over and watching all over. China. It's going to be tough to beat China.
Catching some good basketball.
They know what they're talking about. So, hey, Effingham Arts fans, don't forget the boys are playing a game this afternoon at Fairfield. They scheduled that this week, 3 o'clock on the JV game. So if you got nothing to do, want to run over there and see the Mules play, the Hearts. Eagles get the ball to start the second half. Layup won't go for Philpott. But Neoga comes down, and they score, and we, friends, are tied.
Boy, Trevor Roy just took that right into the paint and got the bucket.
So he likes scoring the last basket of the first half, gets the first one of the second half, and there's a shot by the Eagles, no good. Johnson clears it for Neoga underneath Roy. The layup good. How about that? Just like that, Neoga gets 4 quick, and they're back in front, 33-31, and Greg Diesel says that is not what we talked about at halftime. Eagles call time. Back in 30. We're at the NTC tournament at Altamont. 33-31 Neoga on 97.9 XFM.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
Well, Greg Fiesel says, hey, I don't remember anything about halftime that came up. Neoga gets a 4-0 run, so he wanted a quick timeout. 33-31, Neoga's back in front. Goldsboro tries to back in, then he turns around, shot short, but there's Barron for the putback. Man, he's always there, isn't he?
I tell you what, he has been an X factor in this game. He's had an ankle injury that started with the first night of the tournament and the walkthrough, and he seems to be 100% better than what he was earlier in the week.
You feel better when you got 9 points just into the second half, and that's what he has, and we're tied at 33, and Neoga gets underneath, and somehow Peters shook loose for a shot. It won't go, but nice rebound by Cornell.
Yeah.
Indians hang on. Now Banning for 3, way long. And Roy somehow saved it in bounds while he was flying out of bounds to Johnson. Shot no good. This time the Eagles get the rebound. Philpott brings it down court for SEB.
Again, several cracks at it there for Neoga, but they couldn't score.
So the rebounds are starting to come. Driving it inside. Philpott off balance, shot no good, but Nate drew the foul. He will head for the foul line.
He got knocked off balance, I guess, is how it worked. And the foul is on number 13, Levi Peters. They're starting to mount for him now as he's got his 3rd in the ball game. And it's the team's first.
33-33, foul shot, Philpott good. Nate's first point. He had 37 points in the tournament. That's his first today. The Eagles back in front, 34-33. Second one, rims out, no good. Rebound, Neoga. They're getting a lot of them. Peters pulls that one down for the Indians. Gets it to Reese Johnson, who got it across the half line. Now they fire it underneath. Good pass from Banning. Now they tried to get it to a teammate, but Peters' pass was intercepted by at least 3 Eagles. They swarmed on that one. Here comes SEB. Goldsboro, McWhorter. Dribble got high, drove it inside, lost the handle, out of bounds. Turnover on the Eagles. Oh, now they're going to chat.
Yeah, someone did knock it loose from McWhorter, but it bounced back off of his knee is the way I saw it. Granted, it was on the other end of the court, but that's just the 3rd turnover in the ball game that I have for St. Elmo Brownstown.
Greg Fiesel wondered about it. Gary Westjohn says, hey, it's what we saw, man. So here comes Neoga. 34-33 SEB by 1. 5:30 to go, 3rd quarter of our consolation championship game. Reese Johnson in the middle to Cornell, back to Johnson, now to Roy. Roy picks up the dribble, out to Johnson. Deep 3 off the mark. Rebound, Barron for SEB. To Goldsboro, they can extend this 1-point lead maybe. Pruitt with it on the side, down in the corner. Goldsboro grabs it, saved his dribble. Now he lobs it into Barron. Barron cross court, grabbed by McWhorter, open on a 3, didn't pull the trigger. Out to Philpott. Nate pulls it out, puts it on the floor. Now he drives into a crowd, picks it up, found the cutter. There's Goldsboro and got him the ball for the layup. Nice work.
He drew everybody's attention, and Goldsboro went back door, and they found him for the bucket. Nice pass.
Give Philpott the assist. Goldsboro has 5, and the Eagles extend the lead to 3. It's been a wild ball game. Lots of lead changes. Great pass underneath. Peters puts it up and in. Nice find by Banning out front there. Peters with 4. That makes it 36-35.
That zone edge is up. That opening right under the basket appears if you get the right angle, and Neoga threaded the needle to Peters.
Philpott on the dribble. He's been running the show. Out to McWhorter. Now to Goldsboro. Drives to the baseline, runner for 2, rims off, no good. There's Barron again, puts it up and in. Goldsboro misses, and Barron gets the putback.
It's almost like it should be an assist.
It's working really well. Oh, nice dip underneath there by Johnson. Missed the layup. Peters' putback's no good. Barron gets it, then Cornell takes it away from him. So Neoga ends up with it again. Banning, looking inside, thought about a 3, goes to the corner. Johnson drives the baseline, gets hit by 2 kids. There's a foul. And Johnson going to the line to shoot a pair.
Like you said, a couple of auctions, but I think Barron is the best one, and that's who the officials go with. It's his second, team's first this half, as Reese Johnson is 0 for 7 from the field. Hasn't scored yet in the game, but Neoga is still in it. Now, if you'd have told Neoga that, they would have probably said, well, I guess we'll take it.
And he makes the first foul shot. So Reese Johnson's in the book. Barron and McWhorter sit down for SEB, and Tish is back, and Rossboro's back. I think I got that right.
I think so.
Here's Johnson's second foul shot, and it rattles out. Rebound goes to Rossboro. See, good thing he got back in the game. Hits it across the half line for the Eagles. 2-point lead for St. Elmo Brownstown. They're in front of Neoga, 38-36 with 3.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd place game coming up right after this. North Clay and Dietrich. Good catch in there by Rossboro. Puts it up and in. Whew, didn't have much margin for error.
Oh, and the pass didn't either, as Goldsboro just lobbed it perfectly to where Rossboro could get it.
He went way up high and dropped it to him pretty much. Rossboro has 7. Eagles back up 4. High post, Cornell the catch. Can't do anything with it. Out to Banning. Loads it up for 3, and it's off the mark. But look at Levi Peters grabbed the rebound, and then he touched it when he shouldn't have, and then Reese Johnson tried to save it, and he couldn't, and Neoga didn't do well that trip, and they turned it over. Their second one. Too many people touched the ball.
Yeah.
If a kid had known his teammate was right behind him, he'd have let that pass go, and they probably would have had a decent shot out of the deal. But Peters sits down now, and they bring Titus back in. So it's Cornell and Banning and Johnson and Titus and Roy out there right now for Neoga. For the Eagles, Philpott has it out top, gets it to Brighton Pruitt. Trying to get open down low is Tish, who gets it. Shot for 3, a little strong. Rossboro gets the rebound, though, for the Eagles. Philpott drives it inside. Left hands it up, and it's short. Put back good by Rossboro. Nice follow by Nick Rossborough. He has 9 now.
Yeah.
The Eagles are back up 6. It's 42-36.
Yeah, Nick Rossborough hasn't done much wrong in this ball game, coming off the bench today for the Eagles.
Johnson shoots for 2. No good. Back of the rim. Rebound Eagles. Grabbed by Rossborough. Here he comes across the half line. They could go up 8 or 9 this trip. Rossborough spin move in the lane. Shot no good, but he got fouled, I think, by Banning. He's the one that looks the most surprised.
Well, and you know Rossborough's feeling good when he makes a move like that, as he did a good job of sweeping into the lane. Banning commits the foul, his first, team second, and Rossborough at the line to see what he can do there.
Well, he made the first one. Nick Rossborough in double figures already with 10. He had 5 points in the tournament, and he has 10 today. And the lead's back to 7 now, and Johnson's going to get a breather for Neoga. Boy, nothing's going in for him.
No.
So they'll try bring in Fearday again for him. Now Pruitt gets a breather for the Eagles, and they bring Jace McWhorter back in. Meanwhile, Rossborough saying, let me shoot this second foul shot, and he does, and he made it. 11 for Rossborough. The lead's back to 8 now for the Eagles, 44-36. So here we go again. They got the big lead. Have had it up by 9 in the game at one point. Roy with it. Out top. 3. Banning. No good. Rebound. Grabbed by Roy somehow. Oh, and he threw it out front. He probably should have just put it back up. Instead, he tried to clear it out. It got knocked loose. Neoga got it back. Roy drives down the lane and lays it up and in. He knew that was going to happen, and that's why he tried to clear that out front.
I don't know. I would have sure thought he was going to go back up with it.
Oh,
whatever.
Philpott off balance on the other end. Shot won't go. Cornell the rebound for Neoga. So it was 8, now it's 6. And now here comes Neoga again. Caught on the baseline somehow by Banning to Cornell, who drove in through everybody and stuck it up and in. Mitchell Cornell was 7. Whee! And it's a 4-point game. Rossborough for SEB. Out top to Goldsboro for 3. No good. Rossborough over the back. Boy, you knew that one was coming.
Yeah, and Rossborough did too. And you know what? If I'm Greg Fiesel, I'm like, okay, I'll give you that one. With the way you've played, he's rebounded well with 5 boards, scored for him as well. Yeah, that's one of those aggressive plays that you're like, yeah, it might not have been smart, but when you're working hard, you kind of give it to him. But now he will get a breather and a big high five as Jacob Behrens comes in to replace him.
44-40. So it's a 4-point game again. Was 8 a minute ago. Roy with the ball for Neoga. They get it into Banning and now to Cornell, and he got bumped. I think Barron was the bumper.
Yeah, Jacob picks up his second foul of the quarter. It's his 3rd in the ball game, and it's also the 3rd for St. Elmo Brownstown.
And we can't go through a stoppage and play without a change, so Fearday's back for Banning for Neoga. And Rossborough, after a cameo appearance on the bench, back in for Barron, because Barron picked up his 3rd foul. Neoga looks to inbound. After all that, that's still a common foul. So in to Titus, who loads it up for 3. Too strong. Rebound off. Well, got a foul apparently on Neoga.
Fouls against Mitchell Cornell, called for the push inside.
Okay, so another change. Pruitt's back for McWhorter for SEB. Got a minute 2 to go in the 3rd quarter. 18 players have played for the teams in this quarter. Mercy, moving them in and out. Philpott across the half line. He's done a good job at the point today for the Eagles. Off to Pruitt. Now to Goldsboro. Young man found something out there on the floor. Thank you. So young man won't fall on him when he's coming down here to play basketball. Philpott drives right side spin, move into a double team. Still got loose. Got the shot up and in. Wow, that's hard work.
Yes, it is.
Nate Philpott with 3 and back to a 6-point lead for the Eagles, 46-40. Half a minute left in the 3rd, so let's see what Neoga does here. Fearday out to Titus, back to Fearday. Ooh, it's right open for 3. Didn't shoot it, though. They must be going to go for the last one. Roy with the ball out top. Now he does shoot the 3. Fearday's shot, no good, but the rebound comes off to Titus. Played it well. Now to Roy. Now to Fearday. To Keller, but it was knocked away out of bounds. Hustling the hands there by Goldsboro. So with 9 seconds, Neoga will change the play. They get Fearday down, bring Johnson back in so he can shoot a 3 here. 46-40 SEB. Neoga looks with 9 seconds to get an inbound, and finally they got it to Keller. Corner to Titus, down to 6, down to 5. Out now to Roy with 3, 2, deep 3. Titus at the buzzer, and he made it. 2 quarters in a row, it looked like Neoga was going to get nothing, and they got a 3. And we have a 3-point game going to the 4th quarter. Wow. We're at the NTC in Altamont. Consolation Championship after 3. SEB 46, Neoga 43 on 97.9 XFM.
Neoga Steakhouse has been serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 40 years. Neoga Steakhouse, proud supporters of local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 97.9XFM.
Bank anytime, anywhere with Washington Savings Bank's virtual branch. Good luck to all the area teams during the Christmas Classic basketball tournament. Washington Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
I think there's about 0.8 or something left on the clock when Titus shot that ball and he made it. Then we have a 3-point game as a result. To start the fourth quarter, Neoga gets the ball. They've got a chance to tie it up here. They get it on the side to Banning, out to Roy. Now to Titus. He gets to stay since he made that 3. Back over on the side, Banning for 3. He made it. We're tied again. Holy cow. 8 for Banning. St. Elmo Brownstown had gone back up by 8. Now Neoga's come back to tie it up to start the fourth quarter. 46-46. Man, what a fun game. Pruitt out top to Goldsboro. Neoga trying to keep him out. Goldsboro trying to drive in. Runner for 2. It's out. No good. Somehow that shot didn't go. And Johnson gets a rebound for Neoga. He's going coast to coast. Knew the contact was coming. Got the shot to go and drew the foul. And he's got the and one coming.
That's the first made field goal of a ball game for Reese Johnson, and it comes just under a minute to play, or played rather, in the fourth quarter. That foul on Philpott is his second, and the team's 4.
So Reese Johnson with 3 points. Neoga's back in front. The and one's good. Johnson with 4, and there's a 3-point Indian lead, 49-46. A minute gone in the fourth quarter. Remember, SEB started the game 8-0. And then Neoga scored the next 12 points and had a 4-point lead, but that was it. SEB's pretty much led it since then. Philpott down the lane. Nice move. Sticks it up and in. Nate Philpott with 5. Gets the Eagles back within 1. Now Banning shoots for Neoga, and it's short. Tapped out by Johnson to the Neoga bench. So it'll be Eagle basketball with 6:41 left.
Well, and now you're starting to see a couple of players who hadn't really scored start to get a couple of buckets here. Philpott for St. Elmo Brownstown, and Reese Johnson got a layup to go as well.
Neoga right now has a 49-48 win. SEB with the basketball, though. Bryant Pruitt down in the corner. The shot put up and good by Tish. Jackson Tish with a corner 3, clapping those hands as he comes down the floor. That gets the Eagles back in front, 51-49. Banning in the corner for Neoga. Who's going to win? I think we talked about that before this game. Who's going to win? We didn't know. I didn't know who was going to win any of the 4 games today. Get it down low, catch by Cornell, shot for 2, strong, came back the other way, and then finally bounced off, and Philpott saves it nicely and bounds for the Eagles. Off to Goldsboro, who's across the half line. SEB by 2 here, 51-49, 5:50 to go in this one. Try to keep giving the score because it changes all the time. Goldsboro, a little runner in the lane, and it won't go. And the rebound cleared finally by Roy for Neoga. Trevor still on the dribble. Pulls it out of trouble now. Still on the dribble, though. Now off to Banning. Banning, side, Titus, 3. No good this time. Rebound. Cornell rips it out of there, though, for Neoga. Out to Titus. Now to Johnson. Over to Roy for 3. In and out. No good. Cornell tried to tap it back up. No good. Ball out of bounds. Nobody touched it. SEB basketball.
Both coaches are upset. Neoga says it's out of bounds off of St. Elmo Brownstown. St. Elmo Brownstown says they're hanging all over my guy in there on that rebound.
Well, I like them. Both coaches are upset. That means you're having a good game. 51-49 SEB by 2 with the ball and 5:08 left. Philpott out top. working hard. Down the lane, puts it up, and got it.
What a move.
First step was the big thing there. He got past the initial line of resistance and stuck it up. He has 7 now and back to an Eagle lead of 4. And out court, Titus got fouled as Pruitt was trying for the steal.
Yeah, Pruitt he read the play, but it was just a half second late, and that caused him to get there and contact Titus out top. It's Pruitt's second, team's 5th. And here we got a substitution, shockingly.
And that had changed for a minute. Rossborough back in. Barron gets a breather, but don't worry, he won't be gone long.
No.
53-49 Eagles. Neoga has the ball, though. Banning, catch by Johnson in the lane, got whacked going up. Philpott got him.
Yep.
2 at the line here for Johnson.
Philpott with his 3rd now.
53.
I'm sorry, I hesitated.
53-49 SEB by 4. South Central won the 7th place game. Got North Clay and Dietrich coming up right after this, and they'll both be surly after losing their Thursday and Friday games. Johnson puts it up and got it. Reese Johnson, who had nothing, now has 5. Second one, good. Johnson was 6, and now it's a 2-point game, 53-51. Josh Zink, speaking of North Clay, Josh Zink headed down to the locker room. That should be a good game coming up next. Rossborough with the ball out front for SEB. Puts it on the floor. Now to Pruitt. Brighton Pruitt. Had trouble with his name a minute ago. Drives it inside. No room there. Leaves it off now to Rossborough, and a reach-in foul on Neoga. Probably Banning. He looks surprised again. Nope, it's not him.
Cornell has his 3rd. And it's only the team's 4th this half, so no danger of sending them to the line for the 1-and-1 here for a little while.
2-point lead for the Eagles. They get it inbound safely. Nice lob catch by Philpott out front. Tries to back in. Got around Johnson. Shot for 2. Won't go. Rebound. Nobody yet. Pruitt Philpott went down to the floor for it. And Greg Fiesel says, give me time. Timeout Eagles. 4:10 to go. We're back in a minute. Consolation championship of the NTC. St. Elmo Brownstown 53. Neoga 51 on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Neoga Steakhouse has been serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 40 years. Neoga Steakhouse, proud supporters of local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Did I mention yet 97.9 XFM, WXEF, and Effingham? Off the inbound turnaround shot by Goldsboro. Won't go. Man, that looked good. Yeah. Rimmed out. Roy the rebound for Neoga. So Neoga with a 19th time to tie here or take the lead back. Johnson out top, drives into the lane, pulls up, shot for 2, got it. We're tied again. Reese Johnson, it was just a matter of time, man. He's got 8 now, and it's 53 all. He can score. Philpott with the ball for the Eagles. Over to Pruitt. Brighton drives to the top of the key, leaves it off for Philpott for a deep 3, and he got it. Nate Philpott in double figures. He has 10 and back to a 3-point Eagle lead.
It's almost like Philpott and Johnson are playing one-on-one right now. They just keep trying to match each other shot for shot.
Roy with it on the wing for Neoga. Out to Titus, now to Johnson. He tries for 3. It's good. Reese Johnson with 11, and we're tied again, 56-56.
I see your 3. I raise you 3.
Coaches are saying, anytime you want to play some defense, it's cool with us.
Yeah.
Pruitt with it out top for the Eagles. Coming for the catch, it's Tish to Philpott on the wing. He's working on Mr. Fear Day right now, by the way. Lob from Pruitt. Nice catch by Goldsboro. About went out of bounds. Tried to get it into Barron. Off his hands. Knocked loose. Last touch by Neoga. It'll stay with the Eagles. Tied game. 2:48 to go. Man, oh man. Pruitt looks to inbound it here for SEB. Waits and waits and waits, and there's the lob to Barron. He can't shoot. Philpott can for three, and he hits again.
See?
Nate Philpott has 13, and the Eagles are back up 59-56. On the side, Roy, he can get in the action here. Out top, Titus. Now to Fearday in the lane. Johnson can't shoot. Nice no-look pass to Cornell, who lays it up and in. Mitchell Cornell, 9, gives Johnson the assist, and it's a 1-point game.
Everybody's attention went to Johnson, as it should, and he just dumped it down to Cornell.
Pruitt drives it into the lane, stops, can't shoot, over to Goldsboro for 2. It rims out, no good. There's Barron again. He got the rebound, and I think Cornell moved under him.
Yeah, that's how I saw it, and the officials agree. Cornell has his 4th foul on the play.
Out of bounds to the Eagles. 2:08 left, and nothing like a stoppage in play for a change. Cornell sits down now with that 4th foul. J.C. Keller checks in for him. So he'll sit down here for a little bit, but 2:08 to go. He won't be gone long. Eagles looking to get it inbounded. Pruitt, finally, the catch by Philpott in the corner. Nate drives into the lane, stops, pops for 2. Got it. Philpott with 15 now. Timeout, Eagles. 2 minutes left on the clock. Back in a minute at the NTC. It's SEB 61, Neoga 58 on 97.9 XFM.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Two minutes on the clock. Looks like we had a 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
We're at the NTC tournament. This is a consolation championship, and it's been a blast.
Interesting that St. Elmo Brownstown they only have 1 timeout left. Neoga has all 5.
Wow. 61-58. SEB leads Neoga by 3. Neoga with the ball. Reese Johnson didn't shoot. Corner 3. Roy got it. We're tied again. Trevor Roy with 16. 61 all. Minute 40 to go.
Roy's only missed 2 shots in this game.
Whew. Philpott, little contact, no call.
Yeah.
Out top to Tish. Left side now to Pruitt. Brighton puts it on the floor. Off to Tish. Tish looking for a chance to get a 3 here. Pruitt out top. Philpott way deep. Drives inside. Spin move into a quadruple team. Shot around and good. He got it to go. Philpott with 17 now. He had 0 at halftime. 63-61. SEB back up 2. Minute 9 to go.
He has 14 in the quarter.
Goodness sakes. Roy driving inside, puts it up, off. Rebound, Barron for SEB. They've got the ball and a 2-point lead and under a minute left. Goldsboro across the half line. Corner now to Tish. And a reach-in foul. Roy got him. Roy tried to knock it away, and the foul called. And timeout, Neoga. 53.5 back in a minute. SEB 63, Neoga 61 here on 97.9 XFM.
Nemours Steakhouse has been serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 40 years. Nemours Steakhouse, proud supporters of local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Bank anytime, anywhere with Washington Savings Bank's virtual branch. Good luck to all the area teams during the Christmas Classic basketball tournament. Washington Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
53.5 seconds left in regulation. It's St. Elmo Brownstown 63, Neoga 61. Notice how I slipped that in there?
Yeah, I tell you, these teams want this game, too.
Yeah, I'm thrilled that they're playing so hard. Bryden Pruitt's inbound pass knocked away back out of bounds by Banning. So now there's 53.2 left.
That foul, by the way, was the team 6 for Neoga before the timeout. So they have to inbounds. They will be at the line for a one-on-one on any foul now.
And Johnson fouls Goldsboro with 50.9. So that will send Goldsboro to the line. Andy with 5 points today. Titus is back for Neoga for Fear Day, and Cornell's back for Lanham. 50.9 seconds. It's SEB 63, Neoga 61. Goldsboro chance to add to the 2-point lead here. First one is good. Took a time, but it fell in. Andy was 6. Eagles by 3. 64-61. See what the junior does with this second one here. Rossboro ready to check in here. Goldsboro made them both. Big foul shots. 7 for him. That gets the Eagles a 3-point lead, and Tisch sits down as Rossboro's in on defense.
2 for 13 from the field for Goldsboro, but he didn't let it affect him on those free throws.
Neoga down court. Titus to Johnson. 3-point game, remember. Johnson picks up the dribble. They find, last time I checked, it was 3. Thank you. Foul shot shot outside is no good. Rebound by Goldsboro for SEB. I thought it was 4, but that's what I get for looking too soon. Foul here now on Neoga because the shot was no good. So the lead is 4 for SEB, 65-61. And Goldsboro right back to the line where he just hit 2 a moment ago, down to 34.6 seconds now.
Boy, that three-pointer for Nick Titus circled the rim and popped out. It was almost as close to going in as going out.
Foul shot good. So Goldsboro's hit, 3 straight. He has 8. Now the lead's 5. Now it really gets interesting with 34.6. It's going to be 2 possessions regardless if he makes this, but it's up and it's good. Andy Goldsboro, 4 big foul shots here in the fourth quarter. Rossboro down and a quarter in on defense.
They're kind of doing that to enable St. Elmo Brownstown to set their defense after the made free throw. Johnson across the half line. Neoga doesn't have much time to waste here. Out top, Roy. They get it inside to Titus, to Cornell, and he shot blocked, and we're Barron the rebound for the Eagles, and that ought to be the show. They get it down to Barron, missed the layup, got fouled. Roy got him from behind. Well, the Eagles, with a 6-point lead, have a chance to close it out right now. 17.8. One of these foul shots goes in, that's a 3-possession lead. Barron sitting on 11 points. Missed, and they called 2 shots. Yeah, he was in the act of shooting. All right, thank you. Everybody went at it, and the officials are even talking about it. So you can understand why I might have been confused. Here's Barron's second foul shot. Jacob with 11. This one's good. So there's the 7-point lead. 12 for Barron, and it's 68-61 now. And out goes Barron, and in comes Rossboro. So it's 68-61, right? Here comes Johnson for Neoga, off balance 2, no good. He got fouled on it, so he gets to go to the line. There's the shot of the point up there on the board. Yep. So it's 68-61. Johnson at the line. Nice job of drawing the foul. Down to 14 seconds, though, is the thing. And the Indians are down 7. Here's Johnson with 11. Didn't have a point at halftime. Makes the first one. 68-62. Tisch back for SEB. McWhorter down. Barron back. Down goes Rossboro in the shuttle. But the lead is still 6. And we're down to 13.8. So SEB looking pretty good right now. Reese Johnson, second foul shot. Good.
gives him 13, makes it a 5-point game. We've got time, Neoga. 13.8, back in 30 here on 97.9 XFM.
The roar of the crowd.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Okay, we're back here at Altamont. 13.8 seconds left. It's our consolation championship game. Man, it's been a fun one. St. Elmo Brownstown 68, Neoga 63. They got Johnson to the foul line and had a chance to make those shots to get them within 5. Boy, now you got to get a steal in a hurry.
Yeah, and if you don't get the steal, you immediately foul. The issue is it will be 2 free throws for the Eagles, no matter what, as it will be the 10th team foul, but still just what you got to do.
Rossboro's going to inbound, or excuse me, Tisch is going to inbound here for SEB. Neoga's just covering everybody else. They lob it in. Good catch by Philpott, and he got fouled by Johnson with 12.4. So good job getting the ball inbounded. Good dive by Johnson, getting the foul called quickly. So let's see what Philpott does. Boy, he has been a load for the Eagles in the second half. All 17 of his points in the second half. 68-63, SEB by 5. He can add to the lead. It's up, and it is good. Man, that looked good from the minute it left his hand.
Philpott was 0 for 7 at one point in time in this ball game, halfway through the third quarter. Since then, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 8 from the field.
Second foul shot, he buried it. 19 for Philpott. Eagles back up 7 with 12.4. Down goes Tisch. Rossboro's back in. So Neoga's down 7 with 12 seconds to go. Johnson across the half line. Reese gets it to the side. Titus for 3, and he hit it. And it's a 4-point game. And Neoga calls the quick timeout. Titus with 14, and it's 70-66. So now, don't foul on a 3 if Neoga gets the steal, right?
Yeah, I mean, basically, if you're St. Elmo Brownstown, you got to get it inbounded to your guy. Got to be Philpott as your first option. I mean, let's face it. But they have done a good job at the line here in the fourth quarter as a team. Goldsboro's 4 for 4, Philpott's 2 for 2, and Barron is 1 for 2. So that's how they closed it out from the line, going 7 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. So the Eagles have earned it if they indeed hold on to get the win, but you got to love the way Neoga just keeps fighting and fighting, even though it's looked bleak here for the last little bit. They still are trying to give themselves a chance.
This has been such a fun ball game. St. Elmo Brownstown 70, Neoga 66.
There.
St. Elmo inbounds 2 kids out on the baseline. Hadn't seen that in a while. And now they get it inbounds and immediately a timeout, SEB. They couldn't get the inbound, so they called the time.
And it was a good thing because that pass bounced off of Pruitt and went back out of bounds, but it was clearly a timeout before the pass for SEB.
And that's their last timeout, right?
That's their last. It's a full.
Just for what that's worth. 6.4 seconds left. It's SEB 70, Neoga 66. So everybody's chatting. Andrew Snow's crew breaks the huddle in a hurry here. They know what they need to do, get the steal or get the foul.
That was an interesting inbounds play. Because of the made shot, they could run the baseline. Well, you can also pass it along the baseline. When Philpott went to trigger it, would be the inbounder, I thought, really? Well, the idea was to get him to pass it over to, I believe it was Tisch, and then Philpott tried to cut in and get established and then get the ball, but Tisch didn't like the look. Philpott was awfully close to him, and that can be difficult. And once that didn't happen, Greg Fiesel said, timeout. I don't like the way this is developing.
You bet, because, you louse that inbound play up. Neoga gets a steal. They move it out. They shoot the 3. They get the foul. They got a chance to tie it, so that was smart calling the timeout. All right.
Throw it deep towards your end. Make sure someone touches it, and you'll be all right.
Tisch gets it inbound to Philpott. Johnson fouled him in a nanosecond. 5.6 still left, so Philpott down to the end. You knew that's who the Eagles wanted to get the ball to. So it's a 4-point lead. Again, SEB's out of timeouts, if that's a factor. Probably not, but just so you remember that. 70-66, SEB by 4, and Philpott has a chance to make it 6, and that would pretty much be the show. Foul shot, good. That ought to do it. Philpott with 20. I am right. No points at halftime, right?
No, he had not scored at halftime.
20 in the second half. Second one, good.
18 in the fourth quarter.
Man, oh man, 21 on the game. 6-point lead, so that's the show. But Neoga's going to call one more timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. 5.6 seconds left. 72-66 SEB here at the NTC on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anytime, anywhere with Washington Savings Bank's virtual branch. Good luck to all the area teams during the Christmas Classic basketball tournament. Washington Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
All right, 5.6 seconds left. Consolation championship game of the NTC, and I'm telling you, good enough to be the championship game.
This game has been a good one over the years. I mean, it really has.
72-66. So SEB's up by 6. They just don't want to foul. That's their job one here. Don't give Neoga reason to get more than 2 or 3 points here because they're up 6. 5.6 left. Cornell inbounds. The catch by Roy at midcourt. They get it to Johnson. He shoots for 3, and it's no good. And the rebound out of bounds at the buzzer. So Neoga got a shot. And it came off, and that ends the game. What a game, though. So much fun. Back and forth, and good second half shooting, and a lot of excitement. Final score in our consolation championship game here at the National Trail Tournament. SEB 72. Neoga 66. Whole lot of points scored in that fourth quarter. SEB put up 26 in the fourth quarter to 23 for Neoga. Final score, St. Elmo Brownstown 72, Neoga 66. We'll talk with both coaches. Matt Stats, Brian Scores on the way in 2 minutes on 97.9 XFM.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue at Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM, online at 979xfm.com.
This is the Farm Credit Illinois postgame show. Farm Credit Illinois, assisting farmers for over 100 years.
At the presentation of the consolation trophy or plaque to the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles, and Philpott and Goldsboro and Pruitt went out to receive that plaque. They're the captains for this SEB team. They won a dandy basketball game. Gosh, this was fun. Final score, St. Elmo Brownstown 72, Neoga 66. 26-23, SEB outscored Neoga in the fourth quarter. We had one game where they almost had that many points for the whole game, so my goodness, it was fun. Again, to recap, it all started kind of crazy. SEB scored the first 8. Neoga scored the next 12, and the battle was joined from that point. St. Elmo Brownstown fought back to lead it 14-12 at the end of the first quarter. They were up 31-29 at halftime. They were up 46-43 after three quarters. And again, they outscored Neoga 26-23 in the fourth quarter to win it 72-66. So St. Elmo Brownstown improves to 13-10, and they get the consolation trophy. Neoga now 12-9 on the season. What a game. For Neoga, Chase Banning had 8 points, Levi Peters 4. Reese Johnson was scoreless at halftime, finished with 13. Trevor Roy had 16. Mitchell Cornell 9. J.C. Keller 2. Don't forget Nick Titus came up with 14 for Neoga today. And then Adam Fearday and Chase Lanham played, didn't score. 12, 17, 14, and 23 for Neoga's 66. They are now 12-9 on the season. And for those Eagles, Bryton Pruitt, 8 points. Jace McWhorter, 5. Andy Goldsboro had 9. He's at 53 for the tournament. Nate Philpott, 0 points at halftime. He finished with 21, and Matt will remind you again, a huge fourth quarter. He finished with 21. He finished with 58 tournament points. Jacob Barron had 12. Man, that kid helped a bunch. Jackson Tisch had 6 on a couple of threes. And Nick Rossborough, big game, had 11. For the Eagles, 14, 17, 15, and 26 for their 72 points. SEB beats Neoga 72-66. We get to visit with both coaches, Matt's stats, and we'll double-check about any more scores from Brian. It's all on the way in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM, online at 979xfm.com.
Neoga Steakhouse has been serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 40 years. Neoga Steakhouse, proud supporters of local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM, online at 97.9.
As two This is the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show. Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, your complete transportation headquarters since 1958.
Back at Altamont, getting ready to set the stage for the third place game of the NTC tournament between North Play and Dietrich. But in the meantime, some stats from Matt.
All right. I want to run through the fourth quarter numbers because they were so impressive, really, for each team. Taking a look at this thing, in the fourth quarter, St. Elmo Brownstown was 7 of 11 from the field, 9 of 10 at the free throw line, and 3 for 3 from three-point range. They did not have a turnover. Neoga didn't turn it over in the fourth quarter either. They were 7 of 15 from the field, 5 of 5 at the free throw line, and 4 of 8 from three-point range. So overall in the ball game in this one, St. Elmo Brownstown was 24 of 52 from the field. They finished shooting 46% from the field. They were 7 of 17 from the three-point arc. That put them in at 41% in the ball game, and they were 17 of 21 in the game from the free throw line. That's just at 81%. Neoga was 23 of 54 in the ball game from the field. That's 43%. They were 10 of 13 at the free throw line themselves at 77%, and 10 of 28 from three-point range at 36%. I had Neoga out-rebounding the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles by a margin of 32-23, and Neoga had 10 turnovers to SEB's 4. looks like head coach Greg Fiesel has made his way up into the booth. So I will hand him the headsets. And, Coach, always in a game like this, first and foremost on the consolation championship.
Thanks.
Tell you what, it was an interesting game. Your club got up 8-0, then fell down 12-8, and then it seemed like the battle was on.
Yeah, the battle was on, wasn't it? I don't know how that happens. I don't know how many different runs there were in this ball game of 6, 7, 8-0. All of a sudden, we came out the second half, gave up 2 layups, and I don't know. It was a good ball game for us. The kids are listening. We beat a pretty good ball team today.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was one of those games where, at least as far as this tournament is concerned, it was kind of a game of unsung heroes for each team throughout the first 3 quarters especially. Jacob Barron's been a player that's been big for you throughout the season, but we really got to see it in the NTC here today.
Yeah, he's a big old boy, but I just love the way he plays. He just, he gets beat on a lot, and he beats on people. But he did a good job today. I thought his footwork was a little better in the post. We've been trying to work on that a little bit with him, but I thought the boys got a good job. I think he did a lot of tipping the ball around. Just his height helped a lot.
And so he had 12 points and 8 rebounds, and then he and Nick Rossborough kind of interchanging that spot a lot. Nick came off the bench to give you 11 points and 5 boards.
Nick's an athletic kid. I mean, he blew a knee out last year. He set out. This is basically his freshman year, and he's got that ability to do what he was doing, put backs and things, and we've just been kind of coming slow with him and waiting, and he's learning how to get out here in the varsity game and play with intensity all the time, and tonight he brought his intensity, and then you see what happened.
Andy Goldsboro didn't have a typical Andy Goldsboro type of game for him, but still contributed in a lot of ways, especially with 4 big free throws in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he steps up. I mean, that's what we're talking about growing up with them. They're just, even if you have a bad ball game, you still are going to affect this ball game some way, shape, or form, and hitting free throws is one of them. We shoot them every day, and they're just a very important part of the ball game.
Brighton Pruitt and Jace McWhorter provided some big offense for you, particularly in the first half, and then played pretty good defense throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, Jace hit a 3 down here. It was a big monster 3 for us, and he's been struggling, but, he keeps his head up. He's a sophomore, and Brighton just plays extremely hard for us. And, he hit some 3s the first half that was big and kind of got us that lead to start with, but I don't know. They're enjoyable kids to watch sometimes.
Jackson Tisch off the bench, another kid that brings a lot of enthusiasm, knocking in a couple more 3s today.
Yep. Yeah, he's a shooter. He can do it if he once he gets going. So, but he knows when he doesn't have to do it. But I thought today he was pretty controlled of what he did and picked and choose.
And kind of saved Nate for the end, because that's where Nate came through in this ball game for you. Had 18 of his 21 points in the fourth quarter. Went 4 for 4 from the foul line, and I had him at 2, 4, 6, 8 of 9 from the field, as he almost just put the team on his shoulders there in that fourth period of action.
Yeah, we spread them out and thought, well, let's see what our senior can, and it wasn't kind of planned that way, but I think Nate knew. He knew it was time to be a senior, and that's what you got to do. And that's these teams that have senior-laden ball teams, that's why they're hard to beat, because those guys don't want to lose. And not that the other kids do, but they're just a different animal. The right kind of seniors are, and Nate's one of those guys.
And it's one of those things where, like you said, it wasn't necessarily the plan, but the first time it worked, the second time it worked, the third time it worked.
So as a coach, why not go to it?
Until they figure out how to stop it. And Nate's a tough kid to stop, as he showed that here today, as the Eagles get the victory, now 13-10 on the season. And your club is kind of building some momentum here heading into the final month of the year.
I hope so. I hope we are. You try to get these teams not to peak too early, and Lord knows we have it, but this is a big week for us. We're winning 3 ball games, losing to St. Anthony's, no shame, and we played them fairly tough. But we come back Tuesday night with Diedrich, and that's going to be a whole handful, altogether.
And this season, it never lets up in the NTC, and that's what the coaches, I think, overall enjoy, is that balance and competitiveness in the conference.
Yeah, you can't. You take a night off, you get beat. Period. I guess that's all I can say. But it's fun to coach against these guys. I think we got a good group of coaches here in the NTC. that care about the kids, care about the game and the way it's played. And, I enjoy coaching with them.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you spending time with us 4 nights this week, and we look forward to seeing the Eagles the rest of the year.
Thank you, Matt.
Coach Greg Fiesel spending some time with us as his Eagles come up with a victory today over the Neoga Indians as they got the win in this one, as it was a tight contest throughout, and St. Elmo Brownstown ultimately got the victory. Coach Andrew Snow has made his way to the booth as well, and he and Coach Fiesel kind of exchange some words here in a friendly manner. Don't mean to sound like that was anything in a negative sense, as Coach Snow slips the headsets on. And Coach, what a ball game, especially from a fan's perspective, from our perspective. I know it's tough to take a loss after a game like this, but your club fought the entire game.
Yeah, we got off to that extremely slow start from the beginning, but I think the guys took the message, and the guys that came right up off the bench in the first minute probably weren't expecting that. They picked us up. We played with a lot of energy. We went on runs. They went on runs. I mean, they just went on the last run there in the fourth quarter, and we couldn't match it.
It was an interesting ball game because, as you mentioned, all of the runs that got involved both ways. And then in the fourth quarter, it was a game where I talked about with Coach Fiesel, it was kind of a game of unsung heroes, people really stepping up for each club. Titus coming up big in the ball game early. You had kids stepping up like Banning and Cornell getting points in the first half, which Cornell does,
right?
Banning does, but still, Roy had a consistent game, but Reese Johnson hadn't scored at all, and your club was still in it.
Yeah, we were walking out of half, and I look over at Gertz, and he's like, Reese hasn't scored yet, and we're still in a pretty good spot. And so we never really felt like we were down by an unfeasible amount. I mean, just the same way I don't think those guys ever felt they had a comfortable lead, and that was just that's the beauty of those kind of games. It's just going to come down to the end. You got to keep yourself close and give yourself a chance. And today, old Nate Philpott went and got it and won it for those guys. He's tough. I mean, that's just a senior. That kid's been playing for those guys for 2 or 3 years now. I remember him, but man, I never thought he's improved so much, and that's just a battle-tough senior. He went over Johnson and went and got him, and we brought in Fear Day, and he went up over him and got him. I mean, we just couldn't find an answer for him, and sometimes you have those days.
But your club was still digging and clawing every inch of the way. You had Nick Titus hitting some big threes for you throughout the game. As we mentioned, Trevor Roy finished with 16, a consistent performance, grabbed 9 rebounds. And Reese Johnson struggled, but still had 13 points, all of them in the second half.
Yeah, he struggled. He struggled shooting this week a ton. We all struggled shooting this week until today. We kind of loosened up a little bit. Nick was huge for us. This is last night and today is Nick's coming out party. We haven't used him much, and he's just so calm and cool and collective with the ball. It doesn't bother him that, big moments. So he was huge for us. Chase knocked down a couple shots. Reese finally got one to go in. I mean, we didn't shoot well this week, but that's not an excuse. We've got to learn to, get points other ways when we're not shooting well. And hopefully between now and that regional, we'll figure that out.
Tell you what, this Neoga club is a dangerous team. They have a 12-9 mark here on the season, and really about a month and a half left before we get into the postseason play, and it's going to be an exciting one around here in Class A.
Yeah. We look out at our schedule. It doesn't get much easier. I think we got conference opponents, and then everything else is 2A opponents after that, on the road a lot, and we're going to have to battle. We had a goal of, we want to win 16 to 20 games. We gotta go get them. That's why I told them in there. I said, you can't let this set you back. I told them in there. I said, the only game that matters to me from this point out, as far as winning and losing, is that first round of the regional game. That's where our goal is set at right now.
Well, Coach Snow, we know you've been around the conference for years. It's good to see you as the head coach of the club at Neoga, and we look forward for big things coming from the Indians.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for all you did this week.
Our pleasure. That's Coach Andrew Snow, nice enough to visit with us after the ball game as well, as his club fell in this one to the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles, but it was a hard-fought contest throughout. We made our way through the team stats. Let's go ahead and take a look at the individual numbers here real quick for SEB. Nate Philpott was 7 of 15 from the field, 5 of 6 at the line, 3 rebounds and 21 points to lead all scorers. 12 points from Jacob Barron, 4 of 6 from the field, 4 of 5 at the line, 8 rebounds. Also in double figures was Nick Rossborough. He was 4 of 5 from the field, 3 of 4 at the line. He finished with 5 rebounds to go with 11 points. Brighton Pruitt, 3 of 6 from the field, 2 rebounds and 8 points. Jace McWhorter, 2 for 2 with a rebound and 5 points. Andy Goldsboro, 2 for 13 from the field, 5 of 6 at the line, 3 rebounds and 9 points in this one. And Jackson Tisch was 2 of 5 from the field, a rebound and 6 points. For Neoga, Trevor Roy, 7 of 10 from the field, 0 for 1 at the free throw line. He finished with 9 rebounds and 16 points. Reese Johnson, 3 of 12 from the field. He was 6 of 7, though, at the free throw line, 3 rebounds and 13 points. 8 points for Chase Banning on 3 of 8 shooting from the field, a couple of rebounds. Levi Peters, 2 for 5 with 2 rebounds and 4 points. Mitchell Cornell, 4 of 9 from the field, 6 rebounds, 9 points. Adam Fearday was 0 for 2 with 4 rebounds. J.C. Keller, 0 for 1 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line, a rebound and 2 points. And Nick Titus was 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds and 14 big points off the bench for Neoga today. Chase Lanham also played in the contest for the Indians as they fell in the third place game to the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles, as we continue to have a great first session of basketball, as it was South Central defeating Windsor Stew Straws 45-37 in the 7th place game. Now in the consolation bracket, it was 72-66. St. Elmo Brownstown over Neoga. Boy, it shapes up to be a great third place game as well, Greg.